Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the first Building the Deck of the Week on OmniDitto's channel. All right, let's click this dual button here, go to the deck constructor, and click New Deck. And now, like I said, I had a few ideas for these zombies, and I'm going to try and make this video about 10-20 minutes. So we'll only go through a few of the ideas. I think we'll go with maybe 2 or 3 of them. My first one is the Zombie World zombies. Okay, Zombie World, I guess we'll just call it. Now, the purpose behind this deck, it messes up a lot of sort of cards like Red Eyes Darkness Metal, Dragon. It messes up the Dino Rabbit making Lagia and Dolka. It messes with let's see. It can kind of mess with windups a little bit, not so much. Let's see, what else does it do? It messes up with any TG stun deck because they obviously don't have any targets for Horn of the Phantom Beast then. And things like that. So, let's go. What's the first card we're going to need? We're going to need Zombie World. Right? We're going to need that in 3. And, again, what is the #1 card you want to run in a zombie deck besides that's, a generically good zombie? Zombie Master. We're going to run 3 Zombie Master, okay? Now, we like our tuners, so we're going to run 1 Plague Spreader Zombie just because it's a good card. Then we have this card. Red Eyes Zombie Dragon. You can tribute summon it by attributing 1 zombie type monster. So we can take any monster that is a zombie type, and we're going to normal summon Red Eyes Darkness or Red Eyes Zombie Dragon. Now, why is this that good with the Zombie World card? Well, if you'll see right there, when this card destroys a zombie type monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you could special summon that monster to your side of the field. All right. We're going to want 2 of those because we want to make sure we have enough tribute fodder. And what's one of the best tribute fodder monsters? Goblin Zombie. Because when it's removed from the field, we can search for a zombie monster with 1200 or less defense and add it from our deck to our hand. That is awesome when we tribute it for a Red Eyes Zombie Dragon. And then there's another card that I was looking at earlier that was a zombie card. And I cannot find it right now. Archfiend Zombie Skull. Do we want this? No, because we're not using Pain Painter. Well, actually, this is a pure zombie build, so I guess we can use Pain Painter. And for that reason, we'll use Archfiend Zombie Skull. See, it's a decent effect, but the thing is, it requires 2 zombie tuners, or 2 zombie non-tuner monsters. The only way we can get that is with Pain Painter because of his effect. Let's run 2 Pain Painter just because it's a good level 2 tuner and we can swarm the field. Now, another essential for a zombie deck is Pyramid Turtle. So let's put in 3 Pyramid Turtle just because he pretty much defines Floater. I mean, he's like the, I think it's Giant Rat of the zombie world. He's just a very good card. Except his limit is 2000 defense, which is just obscene because zombie monsters have really low defense. I mean, if you guys remember the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh, Joey beat Bones by making all the zombie monsters have their attacks and defenses switched with shield and sword. Now, that was back when the rules didn't really apply, and the zombie monsters just crumbled because they had 0 attack, but that's alright, we won't really count that. But anyways, we're going to run 1 Ill Blood, just because Ill Blood is one of the best monsters to run in this deck. Because if you read its effect, it's a Gemini monster, which is like, oh yeah, it's a tribute summon Gemini monster. That's terrible, because not only do you have to go, well, you don't really necessarily go neg 1, but you lose 1 monster on the field to summon it, and you also have to summon it again. That's alright, because 1, we'll have Goblin Zombie, so if we search with him, we basically go +1 by tributing him. Then, his effect happens. And also, we can use Pyramid Turtle's effect to special summon him because he only has 800 defense, meaning that he is less than 2,000, and thus we can special summon him with Pyramid Turtle. Now, his effect is once per turn you can special summon one zombie-type monster from your hand or either player's graveyard. Why is that amazing? Zombie World. For those of you that don't know, Zombie World makes all monsters in the field and in the graveyard become zombie-type monsters, and neither player contributes summon monsters except zombie-type monsters, so that also screws up Hieratics. But we're going to run an Ill Blood because it's just too good of an effect, because we can get any monster. If we have Zombie World on the field, we can get any monster from anywhere in either player. We can get any monster from either player's graveyard. Zombie World. Okay. I feel like there's a card that lets me search Zombie World, but I don't know. I guess I could just use a Terraforming. I don't know. Is it worth running Terraforming? Nah, because I think these monsters stand well enough on their own. Now, we don't have a huge array of monsters right now, but one monster we do need is Mizuki. Mizuki's an amazing card, and there's a reason it's limited to one. You can banish this card from your graveyard to target one zombie-type monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. Now, this card combos well with another card that we're about to get to, called Shutendoji. Shutendoji can target one of your banished-type monsters, return that target to the top of your deck. Now, what we can do with that is, we can return Mizuki to the top of our deck, draw it again next turn, activate Zombie Master's effect, discard Mizuki, special summon a zombie monster from our graveyard, remove Mizuki, special summon another monster from our zombie monster from our graveyard. So basically, we just keep getting monsters if we run Shutendoji. And also, he's really good to plus with drawing. So we'll run 2 Shutendoji just because it's a good card. Actually, maybe we should run 1. I don't know. How far am I in this video? 7 minutes? Wow, okay. This is going to be a long video. Alright, so this is going to be the basic framework for the Zombie World deck. Just this sort of thing. And yeah, that's the Zombie World deck. Now we're going to move on to... Alright, I'll save the deck. Okay. Chaos Zombies. I already had a deck list for this. The reason I'm not showing like other staple cards, like we would have put a Book of Life in there if we had had the time, but we're running kind of low, so we're going to go right into this. Now let's go to Chaos Zombies. Sorry, I have the thing. It should be on here. Zombies 2. Is this it? No, this isn't it. Zombies. This should be it. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Now this is Chaos Zombies. And as you guys know, Chaos is the use of light and darks. Thus, we are going to want to put in light monsters into our zombie engine, so we're going to use Effect Veiler, because it's the easiest light monster to get to the graveyard, because you could just discard it randomly if you want to. You don't even have to really need to. Then we're going to add, just for the heck of it, Tour Guides, because it gives this deck more Exceed potential. And we'll run a Sangan too, just because Sangan searches a lot of key monsters in the deck. Then it's pretty much the same thing. Oh, I forgot to mention another monster that we should have added to the other one, which is Necroface. Necroface is limited to 1 because if there's 2, it creates an infinite loop. When this card is normal summon, shuffle all removed from play monsters into their owner's decks. Or all removed from play cards. This card gains 100 attack for each of those cards. When this card is removed from play, both players remove the top 5 cards of their deck. So what you do is, you activate Mizuki's effect, or not Mizuki, Shutendoji, remove 2, I think it's remove 2 cards from your, banish 2 zombie monsters from your field. Let me check just to make sure, or from your graveyard, I mean. Shutendoji, let's see. Yeah, banish 2 zombie monsters from your graveyard, draw 1 card. Then you normal summon Necroface, it's at 1400 attack, but the important part is you can remove it from play for, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can remove it from play for Mizuki, or you can use Mizuki to remove it from play, then shuffle Mizuki back into the deck, and it's a nice little loop there. So, that's going to be the basis of our Chaos Zombies, really, because most zombie decks are the same. I mean, the Zombie World deck is probably the most different out of all of them. Well, not really, I guess, but here's the basis of it. It's just pretty much the same as the other one. This one will also run 2 Zombie World just for the heck of it because it's good. And then the extra deck we'll get into with the next deck because they're pretty much the same throughout. Alright, let's save that deck. I don't know if I'm going to ask you guys to leave a comment about which deck you want to see me using. And if there's an overwhelming desire for one of the decks, then I'll use it. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick one. But I feel like you guys are going to want to see the one that I'm going to do next, which is the one I want to do the most. Fabled Zombies. This deck is crazy, okay? Now, I had a lot of foresight into this, so I'm going to pick Fabled, or I'm going to search Fabled for all the Fabled monsters. Now, the thing behind this deck is, I wanted to make a Chaos Zombie deck. I also wanted to make a Synchro Zombie deck. So I thought, zombies are really good at generating free monsters, free non-tuner monsters, with the exception of Plague Spreader, because you can generate that for free once per duel, really. I mean, unless you can Necroface it back, or something like that. And that's another good combo, is Plague Spreader plus Necroface, because that creates for that. But, am I even running Necroface in this deck is the question. Yes, I am. Alright, now, this is more focused on the Synchro aspect, and that's why I'm only running 2 Zombie Master in this deck. Okay, but I made a small discard engine. I'm not even sure if people have done this before. I feel like I'm not the first one to come up with this, because, like, I don't know, because like I said, I missed this era of cards. So we're going to start off with Fabled Chawa, wherever I can find that. Actually, we need 3 Cerberil, too. Oh, there we go, Chawa. Okay, we're going to need 3 Chawa. Oh, and anyways, to continue on with the story, zombies are good at generating non-tuners, and I was trying to find a good archetype to generate non-tuners, and I thought of, why not generate tuner light monsters so I can make chaos too? And the only deck I could really think of that was that good was Fables. So, oh yeah, and another card, Beast of the Pharaoh, is another good card that I need to put in there. I believe I have an 8-card Fabled engine. I'm not sure. Let me make sure. I think it's 3, 3, 7, 8. Yep, 8-card Fabled engine. Here's how this works, okay? We have the Fabled Chawa. During your main phase, you can discard 1 Fabled monster to special summon this card from your hand. Works in tandem with Fabled Cerberil. When this card is discarded to the graveyard, special summon it. So you discard this to special summon this, and then you have a level 1 and a level 2 tuner on the field. Then you also have Fabled Raven, who can discard Fabled Cerberil, and then you also have Fabled Kushano, who can discard Cerberil. So essentially what you want to do is you want to get Cerberil. You can also discard Fabled Kushano to special summon Chawa, because then you can discard Cerberil anytime you get it. And Raven is just good because you want your zombie monsters either on the field or in the graveyard, because when they're in the graveyard you still have access to them, because zombies have an almost unparalleled control over their graveyard, which is just awesome. And I can't remember if I used any of the Fabled Synchros. I may as well get them while I'm here. I used Fabled Leviathan, okay? I think that's this one. Yeah. Okay. Put that in there because I have all Fabled tuners except for Plague Spreader. That's alright. Now we're going to go into the zombie aspect of it. And I'll actually show you guys, because this is probably the one I'm going to end up using, because I'm sure this is the one you guys will want to see. So I'll just go into the whole creation of this one. What? I'm not on 7 minutes still. I'm on 14 minutes. Okay. So it'll be about 22 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to go with Plague Spreader for that as another tuner. Then Beast of the Pharaoh. This is an amazing card with these cards, because if this card is sent to the graveyard for a Synchro summon, you special summon 1 level 4 or lower zombie type monster from your graveyard. So basically, what you do is, if you draw first turn Beast of the Pharaoh, Chawa, and Cerberil, you get a first turn Brio and Catastor, or any first turn level 5 and level 6 Synchro, because he can special summon himself from the graveyard, even the one you used for the Synchro summon. And that is amazing. Okay, now we're going to go with Goblin Zombie. We're going to go with 2 Goblin Zombie. Mizuki. We're going to go with 2 Goblin Zombie because we don't have as much to search here. Then Pyramid Turtle. Because we're going to go with 3 because it's just it's too good of a card not to have in 3. I mean, I might switch it to 2 for another Zombie Master, but I don't know, just because it's not, you know, it's literally free cards. Then we'll go with Necroface, because it's a good card to have in this deck. Shutendoji to combo with our Necroface. We're going to have that in 1. Zombie Master. Whoops, I can't type. What is that? Zombie Mammoth, okay. We're going to have 2 Zombie Master. We're going to have Illblood, because I think we tech 1 Zombie World. Yep, we tech 1 Zombie World, therefore Illblood is live. Dark Armed, because we run plenty of dark targets, and like I said, we can control our graveyard pretty well, and that means that if we have 4 in there, there's a good chance that we can discard a light monster just to get a dark monster out of the graveyard, and then we can special summon Dark Armed, because we have such good control over our graveyard. And then we can do Blackluster Soldier. Because we're running lights and darks. And that's it for the monsters. Then we're going to run Allure of Darkness. Because we can banish our dark monsters and activate Necroface's effect to just bring them back. So we basically draw 2 cards for free with that. Then we had 3 Book of Life, because of the 1 Zombie World. Plus, it's just a free Monster Reborn, really. However, it's not necessarily free, because if they don't have a target, if they don't have any monsters in their graveyard, you can't activate Book of Life. Now, the one problem with this deck is that Macrocosmos really hurts it. So, I want to find room for 3 Mystical Space Typhoon just to get rid of Macrocosmos or Dimensional Fissure. Because frankly, you know, if my deck relies so heavily on the graveyard that any of those cards would surely be the downfall of me. So I might take out the Foolish Burial that we're going to get to. Alright, let's see. Foolish Burial. We'll see. I'm going to use this one. I like using the American cards for some reason. And then our basic trap lineup is Mirror Force, Solemn Judgment, and 2 Solemn Warnings, but I won't bother going through those. Now our extra deck lineup is interesting because we have so much access to level 4 monsters. We're going to go with 1 Maestroke because it's just a pretty good choice for this deck. And then we're going to go with 1 Utopia and 1 Utopia Ray because we do play Mind Control in this deck. And we'll also go with Ally of Justice Catastor. Whoops. Catastor. What was that? Catastrophe? Malevolent Catastrophe. Okay. Catastor. TG Hyper Librarian because it's fun when first turn you go Beast of the Pharaoh, Chawa, and Cerberus. Synchro with Cerberus for the Beast of the Pharaoh. And then Synchro with the Chawa for Armory Arm. Actually, wait, we don't even run Armory Arm. Either way. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this. Okay. Then, any other interesting choices? We also have Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger. So we'll put that in there. Gaia Dragon. Okay. Because I feel, like I said in my wind-up deck, I believe any deck that plays Mind Control should play Gaia Dragon just because it's such a good out to things when you do draw it and the situation is correct. Because, I mean, I wouldn't say play Mind Control just to use Gaia Dragon, but I would say play Gaia Dragon if you have room and you play it. Frankly, I could switch out Gaia Dragon for Armory Arm, but I'm not sure yet. We'll take a look at the extra deck later just to see. I might take out Doomkaiser Dragon or something. Select 1 zombie type monster in your opponent's screen. Switch them. Yeah, actually, we'll take out Doomkaiser Dragon because we're only running 1 zombie dragon or 1 zombie world. So we'll put in Armory Arm instead. So 1 Armory Arm. Excellent. Now this deck is looking solid. Sorry, I was just changing it on my list. So Armory Arm. Now we can do like that thing that I was saying, and then we can also end with a 3400 Hyper Librarian each turn, and we also draw a card, so we go pretty plussy with that. Let's see what time we're at now. We are at, oh geez, 20 minutes. Alright, that's going to be all for this deck building video. Tell me in the comments what you guys think, and if you think I did a good job. And also, if there's a deck that you particularly want to see, I'm probably going to end up using this Fabled Zombie deck, because it's so cool. But if you guys really want to see another one, if you guys want to see the Zombie World or the Chaos Zombies, then I will certainly try and use those. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. That's going to be all for me. Go check out the Facebook page, the blog, the other thing, whatever else, the blog, Twitter, Facebook. Go check those out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's going to be all for me. Good night, and good luck.